You're still watching the Morning Call here on Africanews. And now we get into our second leading story, and we head to Senegal, where the National Assembly voted unanimously and by acclamation on Monday for a bill that was first adopted in November that provides for tougher sentences for rape and pedophilia. Penalties can now go as far as life imprisonment, where before November, rape was only punishable by 5 to 10 years in prison. The criminalization of rape was a request by women's rights organizations who have noted a concerning increase in violence and rape. Statistics from the Ministry of Justice's Criminal Cases Unit indicate that between 2017 and 2018, 706 women and girls were victims of rape, leading to death. The figures also reveal that for the year 2019, 14 women were killed following rape, including 3 minors who were pregnant. Ruth.
Criminalization of rape came after a demand by women's rights groups due to a series of sexual assaults in recent months. For more information, Dior Fall Sow, a former magistrate, joins us from Dakar. Hello, madam. What is new with this criminalization when we know that rape and pedophilia were already punishable by law in Senegal? Kindly note that before rape and pedophilia were not criminalized. Today there is a new degree of jurisdiction. Before rape and pedophilia was only a crime punishable by imprisonment. The typical sentencing ranged from 5 to 10 years. Currently, with the painful events reported in May, the President asked that rape and pedophilia be criminalized. So we had moved to another degree of jurisdiction with criminal penalties. For rape, it ranges from 10 to 20 years, and for pedophilia, from 5 to 20 years. But these are no longer just prison sentences, but criminal penalties.
Now, countries with tougher penalties are struggling to stop rape. So what measures can be put in place to make sure that this law is actually effective?
We cannot say that things will change drastically. We cannot say that with this new law criminalizing rape, there will no longer be rape or pedophilia. But what we want is for there to be penalties that will deter or punish much more severely potential rapists or those who have already raped. And that is why we saw that the 1999 law that had already amended Section 320 on rape and pedophilia had set much more serious sentences because they were 5 to 10 years in prison. But unfortunately, we realized that in the application of law, they were even sometimes violations of the criminal law. Because when we spoke of a maximum sentence of 10 years, especially when there was an aggravating circumstance with children under 10 years, we realized that in terms of penalties, some were sentenced from 2 to 5 years, and sometimes even a suspended sentence, whereas the suspension was prohibited by Article 322 of the Senegalese Penal Code, leading to this upsurge of rape in our country, and it was necessary to legislate. An excellent move so that rape could no longer be tried 1 week after the fact. That is for in flagrante delicto, and also that an examining magistrate be there to investigate, so that it goes to the criminal chamber and so that the culprit is punishable with a much more harsher sentence. Beyond this law, can the authorities go even further to protect women and children?
The
problem of rape is a very complex problem, and I think there are many things that must be taken into account. First of all, I think we should focus on prevention. I think that it is more of education. We need to educate to create a change in mentality, especially the fact that a woman is not an object. I often say in my speeches that all the violence caused to women depends on the status they have in the society. this will also have to change. There will have to be real support for the victim. There is the problem of the proof of rape, how to help the victim to prove that she has been abused. There is an establishment of medical certificates which are quite expensive, and there are some who can't even have them. I think that a multidisciplinary team should be set up around a victim to help them survive this tragedy that they are enduring. So I agree with you that it's not only the legal aspect of the sentence that has to be taken into account, but many other things that revolve around these problems.
C'est pour être d'accord avec vous, pour dire que ce n'est pas simplement disons, cet aspect juridique de la peine dont il faut tenir compte, mais de beaucoup d'autres choses qui gravitent autour de ce problème.